This is Life Stace Storytime Part 5. So I'm just 9 years old, and I remember the social services were starting to apply pressure on me on choosing where I wanted to live. So I had my foster parents who I knew, who I lived with all my life, knew as my mum and dad, you know, was thriving, was doing well in school, was looked after and whatnot. And then on the other side, and completely different world, I had my mum and a partner who hardly knew me. I'd only just got to know them, only just started regular visits with them at the house. Her partner was friends with the man from the park, and her partner was also telling me all kids live with the mum, you shouldn't live with the foster parents, like the nasty people, saying all sorts about them, saying no one lives with foster families, like I should be telling the social services that I want to live there. So it was like applying pressure on me. And when I look back now, it's quite manipulating the situation. However, I was only 9 years old and unable to grasp what was actually going on. I remember getting took out of school, and I've gone upstairs in a social service building, and there's like a couple of rooms and whatnot, and we're going one room, and I got to sit in that room for a bit, and then I got pulled out of that room to go into another room. Now in this other room, there's a sofa here with my foster parents on, there's a sofa there with my mum and a partner on, and there's a couple of chairs with social service members sat there. And they're all looking at me to make this decision. So basically, I had to sit on the sofa of the household that I wanted to live in. I did not have the mental or emotional capacity to do that. And looking back, that decision, it's had a ripple effect for my whole life, do you know? And I just remember looking and just not wanting to make the decision. It was really hard, and I kept looking at my foster parents, and I just wanted to cry because I didn't want to hurt them. And then I kept looking at my mum and her partner, but I kept remembering everything that her partner was telling me when I was going to her house. So it kind of made things a little bit difficult. And I ended up just wedging myself on the corner of my mum and her partner's sofa just for that. I didn't feel no pressure from my foster family, and I didn't want to hurt them. But at the same time, like, how could I even tell anyone like what was going through my head when all these adults were looking at me just to make this like big life-changing decision, because that's what it was. And when I look back, I actually think, like, who was advocating for me? Who was there wondering like how I felt or what was actually right in that situation? Like, no way can a 9-year-old child make a decision of that much weight. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, so that's story time part 5. What do you guys think? Do you think a 9-year-old is able to make a decision of that capacity? And please give me a like and a follow, and part 6 will be next.